Hey folks, it's Byron. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ. Once again, I'm coming with a dream from the Lord. This is from 8/21, 2016. I woke about 2 a.m. in the morning following this dream. In the dream, I was in my home in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. My cousin had come down to visit, although I don't recall inviting him. He was just there, and I began to interact with him, kind of just understanding, well, hey, you're my cousin. Let's just start interacting. I didn't know why he was at my home. Didn't understand it. But we had some discussions, went through some things. And then I noticed there were some people outside my door. And the biggest point that I think I need to recognize about the outside of the area of my house was that it was snowing. Now, it's rare in Baton Rouge for there to ever be snow. I would assume, based on it snowing, that would indicate wintertime, but that was the case. At another point during the dream, more people who live near where my cousin lives, and you got to realize, in that particular area, I can pretty much say that's all my kinfolk over there, and that's from North Alabama, Southern Tennessee. But I started seeing more people show up. I had no idea why they were at my house. Uh, I did have the idea that they were at some certain period of time they were going to go to an event such as a college class. I don't know why they were there. Some different things happened within the setting of my home, as I live in an apartment. One of the things that happened is I saw my uncle. He's passed away in real life, but I saw him sitting in a chair, and then I overheard him or someone say, um, Sunday will be Bethel Baptist Church last day, last service. And then I turned to my uncle, um, and he explained to me why. He stated that the pastor had asked for a vote in the church, and the vote was about, is it okay to swear by an oath? Um, and the church all unanimously voted no. We should not uh, take oaths. I thought of secret oaths. Anyway, as a result of the church unanimous vote to not uh, accept that, the pastor decided to shut down the church. So the Sunday coming from the day that whenever day this was in a dream, that was going to be that church's last day, and it would be shut down. As the dream went on, some different things happened. I had, you know, various interactions with people, nothing that monumental. But then suddenly I was changed the house that looks like I walked from the living room into the kitchen area, but I was in a different house. And the house that I was in was a house that I knew to be in Bonnertown, Tennessee. There was a bay window there. And as soon as I walked into that area, I saw a helicopter hovering. The tail rotor of the helicopter was within inches of the bay window. I don't know why it was that close. My mother looked at me and said, I wish they wouldn't get that close to the house. They do it all the time. I think that's significant. Routine helicopter traffic, uh, in my opinion, would be significant. And then one time when I was in there by the bay window, the helicopter did not stop. He continued to hover right by the window. And I began to look excuse me. I began to look past the helicopter's tail rotor out to the see what's going on the other side of the helicopter. And I saw a convoy of trucks. These were flatbed trucks, like you would see lumber delivered on from Lowe's or Home Depot. Not a big, huge tractor trailer truck, but a cab built into the frame and a flatbed. And on these flatbeds were containers. The containers did not look to be made out of wood. They looked to be made out of some type of synthetic type material, and they were strapped down on the back of the trucks. They were just one by one, right behind each other in harmony. I mean, just they came down the road and turned right out of my field of view because of the helicopter. But it was definitely a rehearsed convoy, a precision convoy, the way that they were turning into the place. I left the kitchen, went back through the living room, and walked out into the front yard area. The front yard area was a huge gravel parking lot. If you've ever seen a place where they set up manufactured homes in a big gravel parking lot on display, it was like that. And there were some men there, about 4 men and 4 trucks there. They had pre-positioned themselves the night before. So when the convoy showed up, these men were already setting up what they had in their trucks. And some of the things that I saw, they had canopies, like gazebos, um, portable gazebo that they'd set up like for shade. And then they had half church pews, or a pew that was approximately 5 to 6 feet long that would maybe allow 3 to 5 people, maybe 6 people to sit. And then tables right in front of those pews. And on those tables, they had open, um, I want to say, uh, open containers that made me think of modified gun cases. Now, they were definitely not gun cases, but they were long and rectangular shape. And when the guy opened it up, I could see a mount in the middle of the, uh, like the base of that container. And the mount looked like something that you could strap something down to. I don't know what should have been there. I don't want to speculate. I want to tell you that was the end of that dream. No, excuse me. One more thing. One of the guys that was just setting up, he came forward to me, and I said, "Have we got to stay here?" Because I was getting nervous. I didn't know what was going on. And he stated, "Those of you with an assignment can leave." Now, I didn't have an assignment. That's the end of the dream. I didn't have an assignment, so I immediately just thought in my mind, I'm going to make up an assignment. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to be anywhere near these people. So that was the last thing that I was doing in the dream, is that I was getting away. I just knew something wasn't right. I want to stop that portion of the dream. I want to tell you, I don't want to speculate on the dream, but I do want to tell you some things that I have seen that possibly could be the case, and tell you my feelings on that. One is, I believe that a community was invaded, not necessarily by a military styled invasion, but civilian looking people that basically entered into the community while most people were gone. Uh, let's just say that you had a job and you had to go to a job, and most people work in the daytime. So while you're away from work, um, somebody comes in and sets up this organization while you're away, and then you come home to it. That could be the case. That could not be the case. But you know how the dream was. All the people from that particular area were at my house in Baton Rouge, and if they go home, there's going to be a surprise for them. The second thing is that my wife has seen where mandatory shots are going to be given, and those would be given from um, different locations. I don't know that that has anything to do with this dream or anything like that. Another thing that I've seen is gun confiscation, like a place where they would set up to have people bring their guns in a voluntary manner. I don't know that that has anything to do with this dream. And then finally, there has to be at some point in time places where you would receive the mark of the beast. And there's a lot of popular talk about the RFID chip being the mark of the beast, but to me, when I read the scripture and I think about a chip under the skin that's pretty much invisible to the naked eye, um, I almost ruled that out. I think the mark of the beast would be something visible. I have heard that it's going to be like stamped on, but I don't know, and I don't know that that has anything to do with this dream. What I do know about this dream is I was shown um, an organization moving into a community with precision. They were capable of being set up in a short period of time, and they knew they had some business to perform once they got there. And it was done while people were away. I don't know why, um, but it would definitely be a shocker. So I'm going to let this one go. I don't know that much about it. I've offered other things that I've seen as possibilities, but that's all I know. So I'll let you go. and I'll see you next time. Thanks.